Him who knows that I know what he seeks to know, knows it well, while he who knows not what I know, or know not.
Lo, the call of the Dogma rings forth once more. It resonates with the heavens and shakes the earth. Hoi there, I'm Mr. McFacepunch. You can call me Chainsaw. Welcome to another episode of the Dragon's Dogma lore run. We're all the way up to episode 8 now. And, last time we beat up a bunch of lizards, but we forgot to talk to a couple people. Or, well, I chose not to do the thief quest with Pike, but because Elvar had quest dialogue for what was it, Lost and Found? That's the Kina quest? Yeah, Lost and Found. Because Elvar has quest dialogue for that, we didn't get his normal dialogue. So we're gonna do that. We'll do that eventually, because it's nighttime, and he go night-night. I know, like, as far as quests that people don't like, the ox cart escort quest is, like, the one that everybody points to. We'll probably be doing that this episode, by the way. But, honestly, this quest, that's kind of mine. I usually, like, try and avoid this one, if I can.
It is a matter of warding the village from... I knew I could rely on you. Truth be told,
I probably
crime
shouldn't
has
be
already
skipping that.
come a thief's cousin. He strikes the same spots each time. Geraldo's grocery and Estella's apothecary have suffered, as I have. The rat steals in at night and pinches the food and vital stores we've gathered for times of need. A skilled wretch, too, and well crafty. There is a strict order to his thieving. I've spoken with the others, and we've agreed upon a plan to catch our rat. They are none too pleased at this violation, and eager to be quit of it. Best you go and speak with them. Come and find me after. I will explain the plan.
Okay.
Pray, speak with me. What can I do you for? Take
Perfect. I don't know if we'll be able to talk with them because it's
Lest we speak
nighttime.
with the victims. Agreed?
Yeah, okay. Well, I suppose. Everybody's sleeping. We might as well go to bed, too.
Pray, what can I do you for? You seem tired, cousin. So be...
Yeah, the ox cart quest was like... It was kind of annoying at first. But, like, once you've established an appreciation for the game, it actually just kind of becomes a nice walk. And you start paying attention to, like, all the little things that there are to look at.
Estella, the apothecary, will have
But, this one, it literally just gets in the way. Hey, Geraldo.
I'd not believe such villainy could be found in Cassardis had I not been a victim myself. The scoundrel even uncovered my hidden stores. I'd told no one of them. 'Tis clear the felon is no common cutpurse, but a thief of considerable skill. We must put a stop to him.
Thank you for your input, Geraldo.
Oh. Aye, there's a thief about, and I've the missing wares to prove it. I even chanced to see the rat scurrying off after he'd lightened my stores. Quick as a flash he was. I'd have been impressed had I not been so angry. I only wish I had more. You always...
Alright.
It seems this place deals in arms and general supplies.
Preparations are complete, Master. Pablos awaits you. Dried fish are a local staple.
Actually, okay, we're gonna take a detour. I don't think I've ever tried to see if Maul says anything when we start this quest, so I'm gonna go and we're gonna check. Something that's nice in Dragon's Dogma 2 is the toggle sprint. Because, if you click sprint again in Dragon's Dogma 1, you just keep running. Like, you have to perform an action to stop it. So my go-to is the dodge, and then you just kind of go back into your walk.
Scenery's quite a change.
But in Dragon's Dogma 2, you can just stop running.
Why have you come here?
So that's kind of nice. But then it has a weird trade-off where, like, I don't know, the jump in Dragon's Dogma 2 feels so much more stubby. Like, almost the momentum animations for it are jacked up. Because, like, if you like quick step cancel into a jump, it looks so unnatural. It's like all herky-jerky. And that's like, I wish they would smooth that out a little.
A little bird tells me you are arisen then. I'd known you for a strange sort, but the arisen? Well, it's little matter to me. The daftest thief knows well better than to choose the strange ones for a mark. Well, it's little matter to...
Alright, so we don't get any quest-specific dialogue, but we did get some dialogue that I forgot about, so that's nice.
Anytime.
Like, so he,
This fort was built by a
when you go here before you're officially named Arisen, he mentions that you're weird. You're a strange sort, but he doesn't say anything about you being Arisen. Now, since it's after Call of the Arisen and we've, like, proven ourselves and done all that jazz, he's like, oh, okay, you're that guy. I didn't know you were that guy. Maybe we shouldn't mess with you. We'll go talk to Elvar, and then we'll catch ourselves a thief.
Greetings.
He is home. Where's Elvar? Elvar's either out fishing or he's at church. Marin's out fishing. Elvar's probably in church. Oh, yeah, here he is, coming back home from church.
Here you've taken up work over at the encampment, eh? Aye, the recruiters' drums ring loudest at the sight of a dragon. The enlistment corps speaks bold enough, but it's all an act. I gainsay they'll ever build a force large enough to outclass a dragon. First the dragon, now a hydra. No beast is safe from you, cousin.
Yeah, okay. So, Elvar points out that the enlistment corps pretty much doesn't matter what they're gonna do. They will never build a force strong enough to fight the dragon. He's actually kind of wrong because they recruited this guy who already fought the dragon. I lost, but, like, you know. Have you ever read The Journey to the West? You know, the funny book about the old grandpa monkey? There's a line in it. So the Monkey King is, like, super proud and all that. And once he starts his path to enlightenment, he starts losing more. But one of the times he, like, lets himself lose, he says to the... I forget who he was talking to, but he says to the people around him that first I must win, or first I must lose, then I will win. That's me. Like, he took the heart, right? But now he messed up, because he gave me a reason to come at him, you know? Well, okay, I suppose trying to blow up the village was a reason, but, like, you know, round 2, I got him in the run back, you know?
How's it? Ready, are you? Then I'll explain. He's fierce and fleet of foot, dashing about the village as he goes about his business. When the thief arrives, you'll give chase, good fisher. And we'll have those pawns of yours keep watch outside the village. With luck, you'll catch him with ease, and before he can pinch any more of our wares. Well, questions, cousin?
Yeah, so the pawns are waiting outside the village to make sure he doesn't flee, right? You notice that when he flees, he just goes right out the door. And pawns don't stop him.
Done with your preparations, good fisher? Then we wait. I shall go stand watch elsewhere. You head that way, good fisher. 'Tis time. I've faith in you, cousin. And why not? As arisen, petty thieves are a simple quarry, aye?
Alright. Let's get Pike. What's your favorite way to get Pike? I know it's easy to, like, get him with hit stun on... Oop, he ran away. Get him with hit stun on, like, a bow. If you can hit him. I'm pretty bad. Usually I just kind of, like, rough him up. Oh, I forgot the instant reset on the impact. Oops.
You damn ya!
Oh, hey. I didn't expect that.
Donkey bastard!
Almost had him.
You damn ya!
What? My blaze went right through him. That's cheating. Yeah, he's gone.
The rat slipped away again.
Oh, well.
Tis
We'll get
back to the start. We shall have him in time, cousin.
Like I said, first I must lose, then I will win.
You had him nearly at pride. Do not let it trouble you. We shall persistent.
We've been eluded.
Unhand me!
Unhand me. Shut up.
Just as planned.
Just as planned. Right, I meant to mess up the first time.
It was fine work last night, good fisher. What's more, the rat you caught has a loose tongue. He spoke of the company he keeps. A band of thieves that style themselves the Iron Hammer. They've taken a stronghold in the south for their home. Seems they eat well on the goods they pinch from the merchants walking the nearby roads. If you cause to head south, pray keep watch for their ilk.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm already well acquainted with those guys.
Seems our thief is eager to mend his ways.
Check Pablo.
Strange to imagine anyone crossing the law in a tiny village such as this. Life in peaceful confines should be enough to drive the ill from any man. Clean air leads to clear hearts, or so it's been said. 'Tis a source of great pride around these parts. Or was, in any case. What can I do you for?
Very true.
Take care now. I hear tell you intend a great journey. Many here would snatch up their family and flee, so great is their fear of the dragon. And yet you set out to willingly take on dangers most dire. It's good to meet one not enslaved by fear. What can I do you for?
You know what's crazy? Almost like every person we've talked about, or talked to, has talked about, like, what to do in the face of overwhelming fear. And I have still seen people that are just like, no, Dragon's Dogma is a happy-go-lucky story where it's just a fun adventure. And it's like, this setting is actually, like, really freaking dark. And, like, people just don't pay attention to it at all.
Take care now.
Like, literally, the whole world has gone mad for fear of the dragon. People are fleeing the country. We'll find out later that because so many farmers are fleeing, they can't keep up the food source. And in the face of a food shortage, the nobles still gorge themselves day in and day out without a single care to the future. Like, everything feels constantly hopeless, and we are literally the only hope to set the world right. It's like, the world is literally as bad as it could possibly be, and people are like, no, it's just a happy, fun adventure. I mean, listen, Dragon's Dogma, like, the whole point is, like, it is what you make it, so it can be a happy, fun adventure, but, like, the actual setting is that everything is going belly up, and we gotta ride it. Okay, so I think that's everything for our NPC dialogue. We're all caught up on that. So now, I guess let's go escort an ox cart. When we get to Gran Soren, we'll switch out our pawns. Mel's voice is a little grating.
As a consequence, Grant's sea routes have been ill-developed.
So that's an interesting pawn line because it doesn't seem to tie to any of the other ones.
This encampment
Like,
serves as a fine bulwark against
they say
monsters.
as a consequence, Grancis' sea routes are ill-developed, but, like, as a consequence of what? You know? It doesn't seem to fit any of the other lines. Before we talk to Mercedes,
Quite the grand structure.
gotta talk to these boys
They
again.
say you slew a hydra, and even now returned to Gran Soren with its head as a prize. Are the stories true? If you would bring the creature's head to the capital, I shall permit you passage without delay. I'd never seen a hydra head before. She's a right nasty piece of work. I'd be clapped in irons and hung for sedition before I'd square off against a monster like that. You must have balls of solid iron.
Sir Ronald is so
I'd be
real.
clapped in irons and hung for sedition. You must...
Like, he is just not afraid of saying it how it is.
I'd be clapped in... You must have balls...
I trust you rested well, given the hour? The Arisen arose late this day, eh?
Ha ha ha, you're so funny, Mercedes.
We make for the capital, men. Like as not, the cart will draw beasts along the way. Stay vigilant, but fear not. We walk with the Arisen, slayer of hydras.
I mean, we didn't slay the Hydra, we just cut off one of its heads. Like, the whole thing about Hydras is, like, that doesn't kill them.
Let us go. Allow no
Alright,
monster
let
to
us
approach
go.
the cart.
Ooh, okay, so... there's actually a bio for Moonsbit Pass, which is the pass we're heading towards right now. I'm gonna pull that up. We got some goblins here.
We'll rout them in a single charge.
I'm sure my boys will protect me. I've led many troops through the treacherous crags of Moonsbit Pass. Its name comes from one of the great poet Lunoral's compositions, when he looked upon the moon obscured by the mountain's jagged peak. He saw a bite taken out of its surface. When I looked upon the moon, I see a stern warning of the dangers that lie ahead. One must watch their footing carefully as they traverse the jagged path, or else plummet to the rocks below. And keep your eyes trained on the sky, for harpies, that's these guys. Hi. For harpies soar above the mountain and are known to attack unaware travelers. That quote is attributed to Sir Byrne. So again, we get more nonsense about the moon. Like, Sir Byrne talks about seeing the moon. Like, ooh, when I look at the moon, I think of all the dangers. But then, like, there isn't one. What are you doing, guys?
It'll take more than that.
Man. So yeah, Lunoral, the Great Poet, is responsible for naming Moonsbit Pass. But I was talking on X Twitter with Warfare. One of the Dragon's Dogma buddies posts a lot about Dragon's Dogma, so I follow him. He follows me. Good guy. He said something about the moon being removed from Dragon's Dogma 2. Because there's a screenshot of, like, it looks like there's the moon in the sky in the background. I've never been able to find, like, an actual clip where somebody is looking at the moon. I've only seen that screenshot. So, I don't know if they had the moon in, like, Dragon's Dogma 2 before, and then they, like, removed it, or if, like, that picture's weird or whatever. But they did have a fully rendered moon, like a huge, gigantic moon, in the early stages of this game, that they showed in the GDC presentation. And it's like,
Our strength brought us victory.
man, I just want to know what's up with the moon, you know?
They find aught of use in the cottage ahead.
Fallen rock bars the path.
Diverges.
Good job, bro, Flexman. You got it. Keep going.
Strength in numbers
Look
arisen.
at this skull just pinned to the tree.
This is Harpy
Is it
territory.
the
That poor
serpent's
dude.
blood that draws them? We cannot turn back. Stand strong and press onward.
Let's have its armor and shield off.
Watch for a Dogma.
More goblins.
The creatures come! Cut them down, men!
What else would you expect? With my help?
Man, this place is pretty beat up, huh?
I'll take that.
Look at that tattered flag. Alright, making for the capital.
What's this? This place must have seen a ferocious battle.
This is the final way castle before Gran Soren!
We'll rout them in a single charge.
Goldbag flew out of that goblin. Alright, so Gran Soren also has an a bio. So while we're heading to that, we might as well give that a game. As the owner of Gran Soren's finest alehouse, I've met just about every inhabitant of Gran Soren and heard a story from each. So of course there's much I can tell you about the city's storied past and present. Around 250 years ago, the Leogran Peninsula was divided into Lior in the west and Grancis in the east. The dukes of each region were forced to answer to officials sent from the mainland. Not long after, Gran Soren was named the capital of Grancis. The town was given stone-paved roads and water treatment system using the most incredible of current technologies. The palace was built using iron, bronze, and the finest of stones. And it's not surprising to find it still standing immaculately today, 250 years later. Modern Gran Soren is divided into numerous districts, including the urban quarter, the craftsman quarter, a fallen area of slums, and the noble quarter, where the most wealthy citizens hobnob. Our high fortress walls and surrounding plains ensure a defended stronghold with a thriving ecosystem. Wheat, livestock, and yes, alcohol are natural products of a beautifully stable climate. That's coming from R. Smith, of R. Smith's Alehouse. So that actually does a lot for the history of the setting of Dragon's Dogma. I know we talked about it when we talked about the Fetter, but 250 years ago is when Grancis was established as its own, like, nation proper. Or, I guess, duchy, you know, but whatever. Before that, it was just a piece of the Leogran Peninsula, and that actually ends up being kind of important. If you read the novella The Beginning, both Lior and Grancis are mentioned, so that means Savan lived within the 250-year range. Then we'll learn later that 150 years before in-game events, Lior is put to waste. The dragon destroys it. And that is a contemporary event in The Beginning, putting Savan's events around 150 years before in-game. But people will object to this and say, yeah, but the Dragon Forged is over 1,000 years old, and if his dragon didn't die, then Savan never did that. That's because Savan's from a different world. So that people wanted to push the events of God King Leonard and Savan beyond 1,000 years ago, and that's just not the case. Also, there's like weird things with the Seneschal, where the Seneschal's room is outside of time. It is, like, literally outside of eternity.
We've arrived. Well done, men. A hydra's head is a fine prize. His Grace will be pleased with the Corps' work. Walk proud through these streets, men. We are heroes to the people of Gran Soren. I'll make for the castle directly to offer my report to His Grace. I'll have word sent for you, friend. Pray, sojourn in the capital a while. To the castle, men! Step lively!
Fortune smiles upon me. Well met, Sir Arisen. I am called Mason, if it please you. Now you're come to the capital a conquering hero, you'll be needing aught to do, eh? My word to you, begin with the pawns. Inquire about them here in Gran Soren. Their kind's woven tight into the fate of the Arisen. If you know your destiny, know them.
As I was saying, the Seneschal's Chamber is, like, outside of eternity, so trying to pinpoint the specific events of the specific Savan who became Seneschal is, like, actually nonsensical, because it's beyond time. Ooh, let's get to this guy. Ooh. We have a lot of people to talk to.
You know of the Duke's manse across the gulf from Gran Soren, yes?
No, I haven't been there yet.
Business of a sort led me to that estate in times past. But foul creatures stir in the wake of the dragon's arrival. I'd not venture there now for 10 sacks of gold. Business of a sort led me, but foul...
Okay. You know, actually... Man, we have so much to do. Let's go... Before we talk to people in Gran Soren, let's actually go back to Cassardus. Now that we've started A Matter of Myrmidons, it's going to update all the quest dialogue.
She'd likely help.
We're back at the Way Castle. Let's see what these yahoos have to say.
You managed to get that hydra head back to Gran Soren. Imagine it gave them nobles quite a start. You ask me, you should walk right up to His Grace and tell him what you've done. It's a rare hero what can claim to best a hydra. I wager the Duke's young bride would be impressed with such a feat as well.
Ooh, the Duke has a young bride, you say?
You ask me, you should walk... A
little bit of foreshadowing there.
The land's teemed with beasts and other creatures. Best be on your guard. The land's teemed...
Mr. Rome, very helpful. Make our way back to Maul and the Iron Hammer Bandits. I'm pretty sure it's just Maul that gets new dialogue all the time. Might as well pick this up, right?
So, the celebrated Arisen is come. You look able enough, but I've no patience for pomp. I'm a man of substance, you see. I've a policy of speaking only with folks possessed of their own will. Individuals like. We've our own ways of testing the strength of a fellow's will here. If you've the stomach for it, there's naught can prove a man's will but his actions. 'Tis actions brings a band like mine together. Results. If you would walk among us, you'll adopt the same philosophy. Which is to say, you'll do as you're told. So listen well. You've two paths before you. The first is to quash the competition. To the northwest lies a rival band of thieves. See a few of their numbers laid to rest, permanently. The second is to rid us of a traitor. There is one who broke his oath and left this place without my leave. Find him and see that he reaps the consequences. Make your choice. I care not which. Do one of these, and I will know you for a person of will. We shall talk of recompense then.
So the whole like show me your will. I like individuals. Show me your will by doing what you're told. Like, okay, buddy. So he's almost like a caricature of the game's theme. And
A band of
interestingly,
thieves prowling the west are women, all. Well, beautiful each in her way. A shame they haven't a scrap of principle among them. They've no will of their own. Only instinct and greed. Animals of avarice. It grieves me to know the world thinks their ilk and mine no different.
okay, so the two bandit factions actually represent some conflicting themes, right? So the Arisen is a being of will, right? It's ever your own feet that draw you forward, and then the dragon is a beast of instinct. It just follows exactly as the seneschal commands because that's what feels good to it, right? We kind of learned that in uh, Greta's tale in Bitter Black Isle. She like describes how it feels being a dragon, and she said she's near drunk with the seneschal's will. So the female bandits fall into the instinct theme, and the male bandits fall into the will theme. But like in my opinion, neither one of them really represents the themes very well, but like that's probably intentional because they're all rough around the edges. But it's like one of those instances where they slip the themes of the game in places that people like honestly just don't pay attention to. I don't think will and instinct are supposed to be entirely separate, like almost represented by the fact that even though the female bandits are on a separate team, they're still bandits, right? They're still of that sort of nature. I think will is sort of the same thing as that. Like the concepts of will and instinct are kind of like that because like when you talk to the Dragon Forged, he says something about following your instincts above all. So like I don't know, they're definitely connected. Which, I mean, you know, the dragon and the Arisen are connected, but I don't know. It's already like it's just some interesting storytelling stuff. I don't know how much people actually try and think about that, but yeah, even like the goofy little bandit guys, they represent something important. Like all this is a silly side quest, but it's still connected to the main theme of the game. So then we have a choice. Do we,
The traitor who left our band he's young yet. Still haven't. If he'll not take ownership of his decisions in this life, you'll do him.
So we have a choice of whether we boot off Pike or if we just kill the female bandits. I think I'm of a mind to just kill the female bandits, but we can decide that a little later. Let's go to the Witchwood and find Celine. Alright, let's see what Celine has to say. Oh.
Gran spoke of this, said not to speak with you, with people from beyond the wood. Others rarely come. When they do, I hid away. Why is it now? Why do you...
Okay, so I guess she doesn't say anything new yet.
Why is it now? Why do you... Herbs? Ah, for brewing ale. Very well. Here.
Okay, so Pablo's new line is actually the most wild, and I like it. I like it a lot.
The traveler told me the most curious tale. He spoke of a hole beneath the capital, what leads beyond the rift. What can I do you for? Take care now.
Huh. A hole beneath the capital, what leads beyond the rift. I wonder where he would have heard something silly like that.
I wonder if that's where pawns come from, eh? Perhaps they spew from the ground like snakes. Now there's a thought to keep a man up nights. What can I do you for? Take care now. I wonder if that's where pawns come from. Now,
Okay,
what can I do you for?
so
Take care.
a traveler tells him a curious tale that there's a hole beneath the capital that leads beyond the rift. This is actually the craziest bit of foreshadowing because right now the Everfall, he's obvious, the hole in the ground is obviously the Everfall, right? But right now it does not lead beyond the rift, and it can't lead beyond the rift unless someone defeats a dragon, which hasn't happened in the last 1,000 years. Who on earth, like, how literally 1,000 years ago is like enough for all of history to forget it, because the way things are in the olden days, and with a dragon that literally just comes through and eradicates everything around it every now and then, it's hard to keep track of history. But like the Dragon Forged is completely forgotten by history. Like he just is not remembered. So how in the world does he know that? Who told him that? The only person that I could even think of like having an inkling of that idea is Baudric. We haven't met him yet, but he's he's this game's Rivage Elder, kind of. Like he's not arisen, but he knows way too much, and he talks like a madman. But he's not mad. He just knows too much. That line pops up before we even go to the Everfall, which is crazy. We don't even know what the Everfall is yet, but they're already foreshadowing it leading beyond the rift. And the funniest thing is, that's such a heavy bit of foreshadowing, and it's immediately followed up by some silly line that makes you dismiss it. Ooh, I wonder if that's where pawns come from. They just pop up from the ground like snakes. Like, we've seen pawns come into being. We know they come, like, from the rift, right? We've seen them fall out of the sky. So, like, there's a little, ooh, maybe they spew from the ground like snakes. Like, it's just something silly to make you dismiss it. But it's actually not something you should dismiss. Like, it's so sneaky. It's such good writing. I love that. Alright, let's sleep till morning.
I wonder if that's...
We'll wrap up talking to the people in Cassidy, and then I think we'll call that here, and that's where we'll pick up for the next episode. Okay. Any new notice board quests? Ooh, yeah. A dark chorus. As beasts of the air, harpies are a threat most troublesome. What's more, their speed makes a mockery of ballistas, especially in tight quarters. You, then, must be swifter still. Strike them down with bowfire and magic. Cool. Some claim goblins were once docile creatures, though I doubt it to look upon the devils now. They've grown especially bold in the south of late. If they'll not listen to reason, cold steel will suffice. Yeah, I don't... Given the nature of goblins, I find that kind of hard to believe that they were ever peaceful. I mean, not that it's impossible. Hey, what's this kid doing?
I want to grow stronger. I have to.
That's the spirit, Esteban.
Chosen to fight, have you, cousin? I long had a sense this day would come, when we would see you off. Least I needn't worry about you. You were always an able hand at navigating rough waters. Just see you don't forget, this place will always be your home. It may be the worm what has you setting out now. But you go of your own free will. This is a journey of your choosing.
That's something that's hammered home a lot, which is funny because people will latch on to the individual lines where it's like, oh, you didn't have a choice. Like you just got swept up in fate and all that. Like, no, I'm choosing this. This is a product of your free will. Without your free will, none of it would be possible.
Walk proud, good fisher, and trust in your heart.
Incidentally, a giant lizard has my heart right now.
Been off in the capital, have you? Little wonder you're scarce of late. Well, what's the good word from Gran Soren, then? Them garter-wearing fancies pissing themselves at the thought of the dragon, no doubt. City folk all got horses and coin, yeah? Figured they all be run for the hills by now.
So, horses are canon to the world of Dragon's Dogma. You just don't get to use them because they didn't want to make a model for them, and then you wouldn't have to run everywhere. And Itsuno wanted you to run everywhere.
Welcome back! Welcome home! I hear tell you've been off to the capital then. They say the Duke raises an army to challenge the dragon. His Grace defeated a dragon once, you know. Wrung the beast's neck with his own 2 hands, or so I've heard.
Little bit of legends around the Duke.
Oh, you've returned. Did you bring me anything? Gran Soren? Wow! So what was the capital like? Did you see the Duke? Wow. Someday I hope to look on Gran Soren with my own 2 eyes. Oh, any place else you travel, promise you'll come to tell me of it too, right?
I like that as you keep going on your adventure, Lewis keeps like reacting to more and more places that you've been. It really just gives the feeling of like coming home and bragging about all your adventures to like your little cousin or whatever. It's cute. I like it.
Word is the fishmonger here
How
is
you
also
fare?
learned in medicinal herbs.
Maker's blessings to ya. Heard you've been afield on a noble quest. Well, you never were one to stay rooted in place. I remember when you was just a wee minnow, always running about the docks, giggling as the men gave chase.
Hearing little stories about the protagonist's childhood is always really cool.
You started off on a proper journey then. I'm envious, but you won't see a simple girl like me setting out on her own. Alone on those roads, I'd not last the week, like as not. Even if the dragon will come tomorrow, I've no place to run, so I stay here. And long as I'm here, I'll run my shop.
Returned from Gran Soren, then? I am sure word of your deeds passed around that grand city, eh? Once folks in the capital gather word of the Arisen's feats, you'll be offered work from every corner, sure as sunset.
No one knows.
You've been my watch for many seasons, so I'll speak plain. It pains me to see you go. But soft feelings from an old man are not weighed against your duty.
Aw, Adaro. What a lovely dad. Best dad in gaming.
Back again, are you, Minnow? Here for more tales of the dragon, are you? You look well, Tay. As I recall, the Duke's dragon took to resting in the far north. Slept for weeks atop some cruel, barren mountaintop. You look well, child, Tay. Duke Edmund set out to face his dragon where it lay. Mind you, that was before he was Duke. He rode as the Arisen then, and he stormed the mountain with his pawn allies in tow. They say Edmund did battle with the worm for 3 days and 3 nights without rest. You look well, Chuck, take care. Whether the dragon today is the same beast come again, or aught else, I couldn't say. But if it is the same, it may well be on that same peak now, gathering its strength. You look well, child.
So it's interesting because the whole reason we go to Gran Soren is to get a read on where the dragon might be, right? Like the whole point of the game is like the story leads us through this journey of we need to fight the dragon. How do we get to the dragon? We go to Gran Soren because then people there are more likely to know about the dragon. And then like technically, as Iola says here, is like, oh, well, it's on the mountain. So you have the option to go check out that mountain literally right now in the game. Um, but if you go talk to them, like the guards will keep you from going into the Great Wall encampment that blocks off the mountain, and then it puts you back going to Gran Soren because you have to earn the favor of the Duke so that you can access the mountain where the dragon is. But you can know where the dragon is as early as right now.
I'll wager the folk in the capital spend their days watching the sky for the worms coming, huh? I have said it before. Times like these, there's not gain from fretting.
Is there aught sense to lingering on here? I like Cassardis fine, but what's the use of learning to fix boats when the dragon's fit to come any day? I may not be quite the hero you are, but surely there's aught I could be doing to help.
Poor Alonzo. He just wants to help and he doesn't know how.
The old women say our chief set off on a great journey of his own once. Old Adaro never gained sway over pawns, though. That's one you have on him. And how does the life of an Arisen suit you? I do hope you take a mind to enjoy it. Pray make time to accept a few pints from grateful citizens at the least.
So we get a little bit about Adaro. Adaro, when he was a young lad, was just as hot-blooded as you are, and he went out on a great journey of his own. It's too bad he doesn't tell you much about it.
The more mad this world becomes, the more unreal it seems. I simply cannot fathom why the dragon would harass a people such as us. My husband says, escape the dragon or no, it's not in our hands to decide. He says fortune will decide our fate. Well, if it all comes down to luck, so be it. I've always had good luck in my life.
I've heard surprising little talk of leaving around the village. And this, after having lost men to the dragon already. I know not if it's bravery keeps folks living here, or plain stubbornness. Whichever it is. I'm thankful for the business.
Each day I stand watch and drink till I can't stand. Same as I always have. None of that's changed with the dragon's coming. A man of my years has no cause to worry. As long as I have ale in my hand and a pretty girl to toast, Inez is young yet. I pray the worm lets her live at least. Not that any of our fates are sealed just yet, mind.
How fares your wound? You seem better than before. Have you been toiling in Gran Soren all this time? I could listen to your tales from first light to final candle. I only wish I could be more of a help. To hear Ser Oster tell it, the Faith has dedicated its efforts to learning all that can be known of the dragon. Most of the Faith's findings have yet to reach our ears. They're too busy with their studies to send word to the likes of Cassardis, I'm sure. Perhaps a visit to the Grand Cathedral on the mainland would yield the clues we seek.
Kina's already talking about trying to make her way to the Grand Cathedral. And that's exactly where her quest line leads her. Too bad we don't ever get to go.
Ooh, just about got my feet back under me, finally. Afore all else, I best attend to my tackle. It's lain unused for far too long.
I think we got everyone in Cassardis then, and we're going to end the video there. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's been lovely. Till next we meet, one foot after the next, come what may.